Okay, so we're going to talk about warm roofs, cold roofs, the reason why we do this semi-hybrid roof and height limits and things like that. And what I'm going to do, I had a conversation with the council today. The limit, as you all know, is 2.5 on permitted development. The height of the 2.5 is taken from the highest point of the ground. So if that's your building there, and it goes there, that is where you take your height from to the highest point of the building. So basically, our buildings, we've got 100 mil floor joist there. Then we've got 22 mil Aga Protect on top of there. We've then got an opening for our doors. This is the front wall, by the way. 1965. Our doors are 1950, and we leave 15 mil clearance so that we can get the doors in. On top of that, we've got a 160 piece of steel. On top of that, we have our 5x2, which finishes at 120 mil. And on top of that, we have our OSB free roofing board, which is 18 mil. Allow 1 mil for your rubber, and then 20 mil for your plastic upstand. And the total there is 2,406. The reason why that figure is important, two reasons. 2,406 is under the 2.5 height limit, which you need. 2,406 also gives you, so when you've got the building on there and the ground there, it gives you a little bit of clearance so that you can have a bit of airflow under the building as well. And what we cannot do is a warm roof. So we've got 2,406. Warm roof construction, as you all know, and you all tell me I'm doing it wrong. Well, not all of you, some of you do. I spoke to an architect last night, and his wife, I think his wife's an architect, he's an engineer, he's built loads of roofs like this, never had a problem. And the reason why he's never had a problem is because A, they work, and B, these are not high occupancy rooms like you might have in a townhouse where you've got a loft conversion on the top and you've got the hall, the heat and the moisture of the building coming up and rising up. You don't have this issue. So warm roof, you've got your joists, you've got your sub base, and then you've got your membrane on top of there, and then you've got your insulation on top of there, and then possibly another layer of ply or whatever, and then you've got your roof covering, and that's your warm roof. And then under there you've got your plasterboard, and that's how that one works. Doesn't need venting in them voids. Understand that. I understand it. You don't need to tell me I don't. Cold roof, timber joist, timber joist, timber joist. Roof OSB, and then roof covering, whatever that may be. Then you've got a layer of moisture barrier, which we will use, and then you've got your plasterboard. And then what they want then, they want a minimum of 50 mil gap here for airflow, which needs venting at both sides, and then your insulation in there. But, so that would only, in this case, that would only leave us 70 mil of insulation, which would mean we'd have to put insulation on the bottom, which would reduce the internal head height. So what we do a type of hybrid roof. So there are your roof timbers. There is our OSB free roofing board on the top, and there's our rubber membrane on top of that. So we've got 120 mil roof timber there. We then push our insulation, 100 mil fallback insulation, tight to the top. Tight to the top, there is no air gap, there is no air that is going to condensate. We then put on a moisture barrier underneath. We then put on our plasterboard. That air then is the ambient temperature, if I spelt that right, ambient temperature of the room below. So it's not going to condensate, and it works. They don't need venting, they don't need airflow. It allows you to have maximum head height, it allows you to have maximum building height, and it allows you to use the maximum size timbers you can. So this is how we do it. We put our 100 mil insulation tight to the top of the ceiling. We've held it up there with some nails. We've cut out for a spotlight in this case. We've put rock wool where you can't fit the insulation, so it's all insulated. We've then cut out a square, 100 mil square for the spotlight. They're LED spotlights, they're not going to get hot. We've cut a piece of the insulation off, we've stuck the insulation up, and we've held it in with some nails. What will happen then? Moisture barrier will get stapled underneath there, and then the plasterboard will go there, the light will cut out there, and that there is ambient air temperature to this room. It's not going to condensate, and it's going to work. So as I said before, the system works. They're not high occupancy rooms. So if a lot of you, I watch a lot of people building these, and you're putting 8x2 timbers in the roof, and you're putting 6 and 7s in the floors. How the hell are you staying under 2.4? I don't know. But anyway, that is my interpretation of a hybrid roof. Warm roof, cold roof, I understand them. Loads of people. I'm starting to get a lot of trolls as well. Somebody actually said that. had a hair transplant. I needed to build a hair clinic to get a decent hair transplant. But as you can see, it's definitely mine, whoever you were. Maybe it's that AJ or whoever you were. So thanks for watching. The next build we're going to do now, I'm going to do a full tutorial from start to finish. I'm going to make sure I'm on the job from start to finish. We'll go right from setting out the base, right up onto plastering, fitting the doors, the whole thing. Okay, so if you'd like to like, subscribe and follow, that'd be fantastic, and I'll see you on the next one.